Jackie Rosen wrote bipartisan legislation President Trump signed to improve veterans' health care. And Jackie Rosen was one of just 3 Democrats to break with Nancy Pelosi to pass permanent middle-class tax cuts. Jackie Rosen knows fighting for Nevada means working with both parties. Jackie Rosen for Senate. Early voting starts October 20th.
I'm Jackie Rosen, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Rosen for Nevada.
Interstate batteries are some of the longest-lasting car batteries in the business. And you can find those long-lasting batteries at over 100,000 locations across the nation. And yet, we recycle even more batteries than we sell. Why? Because we don't just want to get you going. We want to make sure where you're going remains worth getting to. Interstate Batteries, the nation's #1 car battery recycler.
Come watch PGA Tour pros Jordan Spieth, Ricky Fowler, Bryson DeChambeau, and Tony Finau take on defending champion Patrick Cantlay for the Shriners Hospitals for Children Open November 1st through November 4th at TPC Summerlin. Check out The Hill for the best seats in the house overlooking the 16th, 17th, and 18th holes. Other players include Webb Simpson, Jim Furyk, Graham McDowell, Gary Woodland, and Jason Duffner. It's the Shriners Hospitals for Children Open at TPC Summerlin. For tickets, visit ShrinersHospitalsOpen.com.
Today only at Kohl's. Shop select Black Friday deals. Plus, more bang for your buck. Get $15 Kohl's cash for every $50 spent. Family jammies are 50% off. Women's fashion boots are $29.99. And plush throws are just $8.99. Plus, take an extra 20% off. Get Black Friday deals today only at Kohl's. Select styles November 1st only. 20% offer with promo code CHILI. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Everyone knows that even good people fall on hard times. Your credit cards get maxed out, and you get behind on your taxes. Unfortunately, the IRS is not as understanding, and they won't stop until they collect. They have the power to take your paycheck, freeze your bank accounts. Even your home or business could be at risk. It's simply not worth it to take on the IRS by yourself. You need to call the experts at Optima Tax Relief. When you call, be sure to ask about the Fresh Start Initiative. It's a special IRS tax debt assistance program that could save you thousands, even tens of thousands. Optima will immediately provide you with a team of professionals who could protect you from the IRS, ensuring that you get the best possible outcome. The Better Business Bureau has awarded them an A+ rating, and you will too. So put the hard times behind you and call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Vegas happens at the iconic Las Vegas Country Club, established in 1967. If the trees on our course and the walls of our clubhouse could talk, they'd tell you stories about PGA Tour and LPGA Tour champions, the biggest business deals in Las Vegas history, and how for 6 decades, this special place has been the social hub of Las Vegas. We're now accepting new individual and corporate members. Visit LasVegasCC.com or call 734-1122 and become part of our story today. The tradition continues.
Okay, here's the deal. You're a freelancer, a hired hand, a self-made, self-owned business of one. Whether you're a contractor, creative director, or consultant, you're the boss. And that makes things easy. Unless, of course, you're trying to get a mortgage. When it comes to qualifying for a cash-out refi, gig economy workers come with more obstacles, more complexities, and more stress, right? Wrong. Dial 855-875-CASH, and one of our cash-out mortgage specialists will help you qualify for the lowest interest loan possible, regardless of your source of income. It's the easiest call you'll make all day. That's 855-875-CASH. Make the cash call today. First Mortgages, Impact Mortgage Group, DBA Cash Call Mortgage, 19500 Jamboree Road, Irvine, California, 92612, NMLS 128231. Equal housing lender, not licensed in all states, including New York. Call 855-657-9910 for licensing terms and restrictions. Again, that's 855-875-CASH. Make the cash call today.
Hey, Bob, you got solar?
Yeah, and I'm saving 100% off my electrical usage and pay only $12.50 a month basic service charge.
What about leasing or owning?
By owning, I get the 30% federal tax credit, the NV Energy cash credit, not the leasing company. And by working with Universal Solar Direct, I work with the 2018 Best of Las Vegas Gold winner. Absolutely the best.
Universal Solar Direct. Pay less for your electric. Call 702-487-6900.
Nevada license 79863. the Dolly, Handlebar, or Fu Manchu. Whichever style mustache you choose, start growing it on November 1st in support of Movember. Movember is a month-long effort to bring awareness and education to men's health issues, including prostate cancer, depression, and low testosterone. During the month of November, we encourage men to put your health at the top of your to-do list. If you're 35 or older and have not had your blood pressure, cholesterol, or testosterone checked, now is the time. Issues such as weight gain and loss of strength may be related to low testosterone and can be easily corrected. Universal Men's Clinic encourages you to take charge of your health by being informed. If you feel you have low T, go to universalmensclinic.com for tips, information, and links to a healthier you. First responders, union members, and military, make your appointment for November, and your initial office visit and lab test will be free. Call Universal Men's Clinic at 702-430-6994. That's 702-430-6994. Or visit universalmensclinic.com.
Hello, friends. This is Thomas Johnson from Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. Need a great idea for lunch or dinner? Your best bet is Joe's, one of the most popular dining destinations on the Strip. Joe's provides the ideal setting for private parties with accommodations for up to 150 guests. Stop by to see us at the Forum Shops at Caesars and ask for Thomas Johnson, your maitre d'.
And make those reservations if you're heading down to Joe's in the evening, 702-792-9222. The food is as good as it gets, and I don't know what more you need to know. Just get down there and become a part of Joe's family. You'll love it. So we teased this earlier. This is on the Northern Illinois-Akron game as I speak to Ralph Michaels across the studio. Mark Seidel is on the other side of the console. He's producing the show thanks to Wilbur Aitke from CG Sportsbooks. I'm Dave Kochen. Let's talk more about Northern Illinois and Akron because that's our angle of the day.
Well, it is. And we talked about Northern Illinois being one of the best road teams in the MAC. And when they are on the road, and in their last game, they covered by at least 3 points.
All right, so they were +7, and they won the game outright by 1.
That's simple. On the road, covered their last game by 3 or more points, 17-1 against the spread. That goes all the way back to 1999.
So what are the parameters again?
On the road.
Okay.
And covered their last game by 3 or more. That's it.
Wait a minute. Any team that
No, only Northern Illinois.
Oh, Northern Illinois. Okay,
yes.
I misunderstood.
No, only Northern Illinois in that role.
Okay, so This is a team-specific thing on the Huskies.
It is.
When they're off a road game where they covered by 3 or more.
They don't have to be off a road game. Just covered their last game by 3 or more. And they're on the road this week. 17-1 against the spread.
All right, we'll see how it plays out tonight as they lay the points against Akron. We always like to talk to Ralph about his local college and pro teams from where he used to be, which is in the Cleveland area. That means Ohio State and the colleges and the Browns in the NFL. Well, let's start first with Nebraska at Ohio State. Early money, immediate money showed on Nebraska in this game, driving the line down considerably from where it opened. Nebraska off their first win of the year with a bye week. Ohio State also with a bye week, but they're off their first loss of the year. So the early market certainly favored the Cornhuskers here.
Yeah, and I can see why. You look at Ohio State, and people are looking at Urban Meyer. It's not the same. Things are different. Ohio State off a rare loss. Ohio State off a bye. They're plus 50% in both of those situations. But I look at Nebraska, and I am starting to give a lot of credit to Scott Frost. This is a Nebraska team that the last 2 years averaged 381 yards and 385 yards per game. He took those same players that played last year, added a true freshman quarterback, and with the exception of the Michigan game this year, he's averaging 520 yards per game. I give credit to that offense. We know that since Boza has missed, the Buckeyes' defense is not the same. They allowed 539 yards to Purdue, 492 yards to Penn State, 406 yards to Indiana. Buckeyes have lost their last 4 as a favorite against the spread, and I think they lose another one against the spread. The Cornhuskers cover their 4th straight against FBS foes.
All right, meanwhile, it has been a turbulent week with the Browns. Like that never happened before.
Well, yeah, you want to talk about Maryland going through an unusual situation, both your coach and OC. I don't know if no one can remember a situation where that happened in the same week.
No, well, they're cleaning house in Cleveland once again, making way for Lincoln Riley, I suspect, once the season is over. I really think Lincoln Riley is going to get that job. But right now, the Browns will be under the direction of Greg Williams. as they, let's just put it this way. The Browns have suddenly started to resemble last year's Browns again, which I don't think is making Cleveland very happy.
No, and you have Greg Williams, who has a defense that's been on the field too long. So now you have a DC who's the interim, and you turn to Freddie Kitchens as your offensive coordinator. Well, Kitchens is in his first year with the Browns, and in his last 8 seasons, he was with Arizona as a running back coach, as a tight end coach, as a quarterback coach. All 8 years, they kept switching what position he is. So now he's calling plays for the first time. So I don't know what to expect. But one rehash Joe's angle of the day I want to bring up, which is 2-0 this year. If you have an 8-point home dog, remember they are 8-40 over under and 2-22 over under their last 24 games. So any NFL home dog of 8 or more, that's Cleveland this week and the Bills, 2-22 the last 24 games over under. We had it on Monday night with Miami.
And based on the way the
Patriots.
two offenses look, the Bills are basically, they don't have a quarterback at this point. And the Browns, let's just say Mayfield. I want to throw this at you. They're not going anywhere this year. Why don't they just, I know some fans are going to disagree with this, but I'm sorry. The track record speaks for itself. Quarterbacks who get to sit for a year do better than quarterbacks who don't.
See Pat Mahomes.
I see a lot of guys who are in the NFL right now. That year of just sitting and learning and not being thrown to the wolves on what is usually a terrible team, you benefit in the long run. Why don't they just put Taylor in? I know Browns fans, but you had to win with Taylor. You're not going to win with Mayfield either right now. Let him learn. Because I got to tell you something. He's actually regressed from where he was when he first started playing. He's gone backwards the last couple of weeks. I think he needs to be on the bench because he's your future, not your present. That's what you got Taylor for. Use him.
And you're looking at a team that is mentally, they have to be drained. 4 overtime games, their first 7 games. That's never happened before. So you're playing all those close games. You're losing those close games. You've now went to a whole new system that you're missing your entire offensive coaching staff. Who knows what to expect?
Well, I got to tell you, all I know is I think it's the last 3 games now. They have not been good. Okay, the Chargers killed them. They did it in the overtime game with Tampa, but I'm not sure how big that, how much does that mean? And they got murdered last week. It wasn't as close as the final score indicates, and it wasn't that close on the scoreboard either. I mean, Pittsburgh blew them out.
Their first drive was 66 yards. They got the field goal. Then after that, they had another 200 yards total for the rest of the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wanted to get your opinion on what I suggested with Mayfield and Taylor. And again, it's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. But that would be my move. I would put Baker Mayfield on the bench and say, look, your job this year is going to be an insurance policy, and other than that, try and learn, get a feel for things, and we're going to have Tyrod Taylor quarterback the team the rest of the year.
I have no problems with that because we talked about how we turned the ball over so much, and that's what we wanted to do different this year. And now Baker Mayfield comes in with an 8-6 ratio. And, in his last 5 games, it's actually under 500.
See, what's happening is that he's now getting figured out by the league.
Oh,
and it's taking
that many games on film and scheming against him, absolutely.
Yeah,
and
so he had an advantage early because nobody had seen him.
Yep.
Now they have, and they're defensing him very well. I got to tell you something. I think they're risking doing damage to him by keeping him out there. I would say that out of all the rookie quarterbacks, by the way. And again, my proof is a long track record of great success with future starting quarterbacks who sat early.
Rodgers,
with the
Mahomes,
latest being Mahomes.
Both of those guys both say. I mean, Rodgers especially said he learned so much sitting there and watching the first few years. Now, he learned under a much better quarterback than Tyrod Taylor, but you learn the game by sitting there, listening to the plays, watch the defensive reactions, and be able to take it in, and learn how to be a professional quarterback. I have no problems from that angle to do that, unless you're going to piss Baker Mayfield off. But again,
that's too bad.
It's his job. I mean, he should just take it. So we'll see what happens. I don't.
Of course he's going to be pissed off. Well, nobody wants
who's
to
making that decision now?
I would assume
Greg Williams.
I guess if he's the head coach.
I mean, he's the interim, right? So I guess it's his call, but I don't know how much the owner's involved in these decisions.
Well, if they're smart, they call Lincoln Riley down in Oklahoma and say, hey, Link, you're going to be the coach here next year. What do you think we should do with Mayfield this year?
And he used to be, quote-unquote, too young, but some coach out in the L.A. Rams changed all that.
I got to tell you, I think it's a no-brainer. and that's why he's actually the favorite.